I think we're live. I don't know.
All right.
It says we're live 3 seconds ago.
All right, guys. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm back. Sorry you had to put up with that guy without me last week, but I'm back now. We won't have to put up with him so much. Anyway, you can take over now, sir.
You sure?
Yeah, go ahead. Anyway, he's getting ready to say something. We're going to let him talk, but that'll be after I talk, okay? All right, now you can go.
Uh,
We're gonna
Good
start
evening, everyone. Welcome. We are here another evening. These prices are going up and down and up and down. I do apologize. Last week I said I think gold, or I'm sorry, I think silver may be at a $38 a low. Boy, did I get that wrong. It fell all the way to 36.50. Now it's back up almost to 38. The prices are unnerving on silver, on gold. Even Bitcoin, if you'd noticed today, Mike, it took a hit. 113,000 for Bitcoin. And that's down from what, 121 high?
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yeah. So everything's kind of unnerving, unsettling. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We'll be talking about that and so much more. So if you guys got any questions, please begin your questions with 3 question marks so we can more easily see them and address them. Because as we fall behind in the chat, we are naturally going to be looking for the questions and try to catch up. So let's say hello to everybody. Who's all here? Are you here?
I'm here.
Am.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so no, well, we ain't gonna say hi to StreamYard, even though that for some reason they got something up here. What's up, JJ? Littlefoot is here. Amy Harrell, Jet Mech is here. Mr. Happy Stecker 69 is here. So yeah, a few people here.
Guys, thank you all for coming.
Big Rocky's here.
Big Rocky, great to hear from you.
Gas Man's got a statement. Buy gold or silver now. What's your thoughts on that, Mike? What should people be buying right now, in your opinion?
In my opinion, let's buy gold, guys. Let's do it.
He loves his gold. I love gold too. I still think silver has more of an upswing potential, but I could be wrong. But I think it does.
I think gold's going to outperform it in the beginning, but silver will have its day.
Yeah, just can you hold on long enough? And this is the unsettling part of it all, is because you buy it at one level, and you may or may not run into money troubles, and you need to sell it, and it's down. And that gets unsettling when you buy something and then have to sell it at a loss. Silver and gold is a long-term investment. And when I say long-term, someone asked me about that. What's considered long-term? Because in the stock market, Mike, isn't it 1 year considered long-term for stocks? But with silver and gold, it's more of a 5, maybe 10-year term for long-term. Some people could say it's 1 year, but you may not profit in 1 year. It just depends on, was it 2024 or not for gold? Because that went from 2,000 to 3,000 in 1 year. So long term, yeah, it's a long time. It's 5-10 years. We buy it to preserve our wealth, not necessarily to make money. But unsettling, yes, it is when you have to sell it at a loss. What do you think about that?
I agree. I agree. And since we're on that subject, I did want to ask the people if you're okay with this, Keith. I want to get you guys' feedback on these Goldback dollars. Do you really think they're worth their money with the heck of a premium they have on them? Would you invest in them? Let me know. I talked with them direct today, and their words to me was that it is money. You could take it to some places, and they take it. But what I can't get is a straight answer of who's going to really cash in and what is the true value of it. Because stuff it's over $6,000 an ounce. Wow.
I buy gold grams and I pay a premium above melt for gold grams when
you pay that kind of premium.
But when it comes to Goldbacks, you sell me a Goldback, I'm giving you 97%. I'm not buying it above. So why would you even want to buy it at double melt? Because there are not many dealers out there that will pay you above melt for one. Because they're hard to sell. And a lot of times they're so, I guess, inexpensive, people will end up giving them away. So we got a couple questions here. Mrs. Angel said, you're bad about reading the questions and putting them up in time. Here we go. When a dealer is buying fractional gold from him, does it matter if it's gold pesos or francs, American, 1/10 ounce, always better? Or is all fractional gold just gold? That's a great question, Shep. You want to tackle that, Mike? Is all fractional gold the
Yeah,
same?
yeah, I'll be glad to tackle that. Listen, Shep, I'm going to tell you right now, peso, stuff like that, yes, it is not pure. Therefore, they're going to buy it around 95, 96%. You bring in a 10th ounce gold, guess what? I'm paying over spot for it. I'm not buying it for a 10th ounce gold. You paying me a premium to buy them. So why shouldn't I buy them back on a premium?
So basically, not all gold is treated equally. So be cautious. Check out what the buyback that dealer is going to buy it back for. That's always good when investing in anything. Um, Frank Grimberg, thank you, my friend. He says 16,000 Superman. I think it was 15,000 of them week, just like Superman compared to Batman. Um, Here's the thing: Superman went on sale, and it was 2,700 and some change for a half ounce of gold. Week later comes out Sacagawea, gold half ounce for 2160. What's wrong with that picture? They're both premium coins from the US Mint. Why is one $500 higher? Because Superman has been just
$600.
ran into the ground by every country. It's not an exclusive. I mean, I know the Sacagawea is not a great coin, but it's an exclusive. It seems like they kind of messed up on the pricing of that, and that's
Well,
why I backed away. What about you? Did you get
well,
any?
when I seen the premiums, and guys, you know I do the bulk program. We at Mid America decided I don't think I would be justifying selling them to my customers, so we decided to take none.
Okay, so there you go. Yeah, because that's a big difference. The Sacagawea half ounce versus the Superman.
We
I
didn't take them either.
I was anticipating before I knew the price on Superman. I'm like, okay, a half ounce. They're going to charge us like 3, 4, maybe even a $500 premium. That's going to put it about $2,300. And I was happy, even willing to pay up to 2,350. But when I seen it come out over 2,700, now it's 2,670. I'm like, no. And because of the price of the gold, I said, I'm not even going to buy the silver now because of that. Even though I already knew the silver was overpriced and I was still willing to buy it at the expensive premium. But because of the gold, I didn't buy the silver. Okay, here's
I
something
did
about
not take the 2.5. I did take a few of the 1 ounces because a few of my customers said they'd probably be willing to pay that.
well, it turned me
But
off because of
well,
the
yeah,
premium of
well,
gold.
it was because there's a lot of countries got $135, $150 1 ounce.
Yeah, there are.
That
Okay,
wasn't
here
so crazy. That 2.5 ounce, that gold. Oh
that
man,
was
that was too hard for me
the
to
two
say.
and a half ounce silver, and then
Silver,
the
yeah,
gold.
and
Yeah.
yeah, the half ounce gold. I just couldn't swallow it. I mean, and I thought, I thought the same thing. I thought 23, maybe at tops 24, and 24 was still pushing in my number. But when they did 27, that means I got to give it to make a profit. I got to give it to them at least 2,800.
Okay, here's two quick questions, or at least one quick one. We'll do it real quick and then flip the other one up. Edward Lee, thank you, my friend. Got my Army ASE today. Best to hold it, trade it, grade it. Just your opinion. Thanks. And should he leave it in the box? That's another question. Your opinion, Mike.
Okay,
Army
guys,
trade.
what it's been showing on the markets on some of this privy stuff. If you can hold it in a box, don't worry about 70 because the GS box and everything's been worth more.
Yeah, just leave it sealed. Okay, here's another one from Metal Mobster. I put it up a couple times, but I want to get to that one because it was a quick question. What do you think of Silver Seeker's video today? He was calling different shops trying to sell a kilo of silver. One shop only offered him $550 or so. That's $1,100 for a kilo. What's that
Wow,
calculate to?
that that's half.
No,
That's
and it comes to
basically half.
1,100. So let's see, 1,100. Oops, 1,100.
550 is half of that.
Divided by 32.12. That's $32 an ounce. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was close to 30. No, keep that shit. I'm sorry. Just keep that shit at them prices. And I know Silver Seeker was just calling around, but if someone gets crazy and offers you like $32 for a $37 piece of silver, yeah, keep it. I mean, because you're talking 32 times that $5. That's a lot of money. Scroll down a little bit to some questions. I seen a super chat come up a while ago. I'll get to it. Hello, Lady Bluegrass. Thanks for coming. Children in the Woods. Hello.
Keith, how much did he offer for that?
550
$550 comes out to $17 an
for a
ounce.
half kilo.
Oh, a half kilo.
Yeah.
I thought
32.
he did a full kilo.
No.
Okay.
What I did was I took 1,100 and divided it by 32.12. Chilling in the Woods. Are coal ASEs worth it, and at what price points? Coal ASE, whatever your local shop sells, generic silver, maybe $1 more, depending on how damaged it is. But if it's damaged too bad, it ain't even worth generic silver price. It's just worth melt. What do you think?
Yes.
All right. $5 super chat. Look at that. Thank you, J Dog.
Generic silver. You can buy damaged all the time from us for the same price as generic silver. That's what we do with it.
You what?
If they're spot or milky or something, we throw them over into our regular generic silver. And so if you go buy generic,
we charge $1 more.
No,
as long as they're not, if they're damaged, then we put them in with regular silver. But if it's just a slight spot or something, then we'll just throw it in $1 more. Because people want the monetary versus the non-monetary. They're willing to pay a little extra for. And I'll pay people a little extra for them as well. So yeah, it's all good. Mustang Dave is here. What's up, my friend? Okay, time or distance. Hi, guys. Would you rank the state health of the coin market as ALS bullion market 1 to 10? Your shop owner. Thanks. How would we rate the coin market at this time? The collectible markets, not the and the bullion market. I think is what it's supposed. Instead of ALS, I think it's supposed to be and coin market and bullion market. Rate of 1 to 10. Bullion. What do you think?
I think it's running about 50%, so I'd say 5.
Yeah, I would say about a 5. Okay, now collectibles market.
I would say 5 and 8.
Yeah, the collectibles is starting to pick up. I think I would be a 7, 7, 8 right in there for that. Over historic norms over the past year or two.
And the other 2% goes to paper.
What's that?
The other 2% I'll throw over to paper.
Here you go. Banky One says, I've been in the metal since 1993, and I'm not interested in no Goldbacks at all. Too hard to move. And that's the point we're pointing out.
I don't want to be the guy that showed them to you and then tell you just took a heck of a beating.
That's what we're trying to point out. They are hard to move anywhere near what you pay for them. It's great to buy one as a novelty, but that's it. After you get one, I mean, a lot of people will give them away for free and buy them.
What do you think? What do you think about P&G grading them now? One sold on eBay for $350.
Graded Goldback? I don't know about that. Here we go.
Oh, by the way, they gave it a 70.
Frank goes, why do you take me serious? Because you typed in the chat. Hello, Dr. Silver.
We got a doctor in the house.
Dr. Silver, he's right here. He says, hi, everyone. Tim says it was a full kilo. Oh, it was a full kilo? I didn't watch the video.
See, that was $1,700 and something an ounce they was offering at $5.50.
$17 an ounce. If it was a full kilo, definitely don't do it.
That's an insult. That's what I thought he said, kilo.
I'm going to scroll all the way back up to that shit. Oh, hell no.
Hey, watch the virgin ears over here.
A kilo? No, 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 no. Is that shop still in business? Like that, you'll go out of business. Great.
Well, maybe
Great and
not. They might
fast.
get rich before they go out of business buying like that.
Yeah, there's Doug saying it was a fool kilo. I'm back down. JJ says 75 likes or 75 watching, 31 likes. He's saying, let's go, slackers. Yeah. Oh, man, you
And we
got me.
gone from
Oh,
yeah.
that's contagious.
I'm going right now. I apologize. I'm gonna get my thumbs up in there.
Will pre 33 gold be worth more as refiners are melting them? That's a no brainer. Wouldn't you say so, Mike?
Yeah,
Pre
but
33
remember
gold.
what they're melting is not the graded ones, the real ugly ones and damaged ones. The rest of them are being sold back out to the market.
But still, they're melting some and it will over the
They
long term
are. They're
effect.
melt. Like I dumped about 150 $10 libs that was terrible. They needed to be melted. They were terrible. And there's some fake ones I've been getting off the market too that we've been melting down. So we can't count them as old gold because they're just fake.
But when you melt, just like 90% or any gold, when you melt it, it becomes more restricted for authentic pieces, and so eventually it will have an impact on it. So what basically, in my opinion, is going to happen as gold it goes up, it goes down, and that is what's unnerving, unsettling about it. Is the constant movement back and forth. But as gold goes back down the next time around,
I had to get my
if
thumbs up.
they've melted a lot of the gold, then the old gold is going to hold its value up near where it was better, would it not? It will go down at a slower rate, if at all. I mean, it's not something it's not going to stay full value. It's not going to hold up forever, but it does make it go down slower. Is that not true?
True.
Once it gets limited enough, it's like the '07. It was $3,000 when gold was 2,000, and now I don't know how high it is, but I still got that one.
Yeah, I just melted down a
Not the
10
high
that
relief
killed
though,
me.
just the
But the
regular
problem is,
lemonade.
I bought this. I bought a 10 in, and I turned around and it was from a customer that I met at a show. He brought it to me and said, "Mike, I want to know if this is really fake or not." I looked at it, and then he showed me the little flip he had. He wanted me to see if I really knew what I was doing. I said, "Oh yeah, this one looks fake."
And
He
for
said,
those of you that do,
"Good."
well, that's a good thing.
He
For
sent the
those,
NDC, they sent it back to him, and it was fake. He just was bringing it to see if I really knew what I was looking at. And because I did, he said, "Mike, what would you do to this?" I said, "I would like to buy it, and I will buy it at the fair market melt. I'll pay you 97% of melt because I'm going to melt it, and I'll get 2% melting it down."
okay, here you go. For those of you that do not like Goldbacks, we have a comment in the chat of what you can do with them. You ready for it? It's
Let's
from
go.
Lady Bluegrass. If you don't like them, she says you can send them to her. So there you
All
go.
right, guys, now you know what you could do with them.
Yeah, they are hard to sell. What if you got a sealed monster box of BU Eagles and open it, and there was a bit of black toning and had scratches? So basically, if you got a sealed monster box, what would you do if you opened them and they were damaged? Not a lot you can do, is it?
Nope, just cry.
Yeah, I got some Mustang Dave tissues or something. I can send you some of those. Yeah, you need some tissues for your issues. There's nothing you can do when you buy a
Yeah,
sealed
I
box.
know a guy that held on to a box and he decided to bring them in. They was about 15 years old to sell them. He says, "Mike," he said, "these are brilliant uncirculated." I said, "Well, I believe you." And while I was sitting there looking at his other stuff, he decided to cut the straps and start showing them to me.
Yeah.
Almost every row was milky.
Oh, that's the problem
So then
sometimes.
I had to break the news to him. It's sealed. I was paying him a premium over. Once he showed them to me, I said, "Listen, I'm going to put them in my melt stack. They're going to go to my regular silvers. People are going to get to buy these regulars. This is not something that I can buy and sell as a be
Yeah, a
anymore.
lot. I crack a lot of monster boxes. I don't like them sealed in my shop.
Well, we was going to buy it sealed because we would have sold it sealed. In other words, I would have never knew. The person sold them to me would have never knew. So at
And
night
what
I
if
could
the person
sleep,
opens them,
and
buys
then
them, and opens them? How's that going to make you feel?
well, the bottom line is that's the whole idea about buying it. It's like
It's a
buying.
risk.
It's a yeah. You buy a grab bag.
You
Don't know
are
what.
going to get 500 Silver Eagles, whether they're MS-70s or damaged. You just never know.
Well,
Well,
take a look at some of Seeker's videos. He bought the bags knowing that he probably was going to lose money just to do a video. And I think you done a couple of them, Keith.
yeah, we do that all the time. But
The,
here you
the, thing,
go.
the thing is, it's a risk when you're buying something that you don't see.
Yeah, when it's sealed, it's always a risk. I did
So
that
the
with a
bottom
box
line
of.
is, I was going to pay a premium because I was going to sell them for a premium as is.
I paid a
Seal.
premium for a box of 50 count pieces, 1962 proofs that's sealed, so I could make a video. I made the video, and then I turned around and sold those sets that were sealed individually, sealed. Some people may have got good ones, some people didn't. I still got 5 of them for myself, and they're still sealed. It's just something I don't want to do. I don't want to break them. Here you go from Edward Lee. Do you guys ever buy those ultra break packs that PCGS does?
Yes, I do.
I don't buy them. I just can't see. I
Uh,
can't see paying
you
for it.
you need to check out one of Seeker's videos where
Yeah, and how many gold coins are
he
in?
refused to buy it from me for $200. He said, "But can I do a video on?" We was at Ravenhawk's show. He said, "Can I do a video on it a couple of years ago?" And I said, "Sure." I said, "But you don't. Once you open it, the coin's still mine. I'm going to take a risk with you." It happened to be a Goldback seal sticker on it, which was
Oh,
a kangaroo, which made it, or not a kangaroo, it was a cougar ant, which made that coin worth $450 for this gold seal. Now he
now,
wants.
I'm not a lawyer, so I'm just giving you my opinion, but I believe there is a law on the books for this next statement. Um, Crazy Stacker says, isn't there a certain percentage that a shop has to offer before it becomes illegal to buy bullion, like having a shop pay you $10 for a 1 ounce silver? Now, if I'm not mistaken, Mike, and correct me if I'm wrong,
I
I
know the law.
believe that number is 65%
You
is the
are
minimum you can.
100% on. They cannot pay you lower than 65% of its value.
Unless they frame it different, like as a collectible instead of a bullion coin. They say 1933 MS whatever gold coin, then they're not buying it like bullion. But if they call it bullion, if they call it a
But
kilo of
but
silver,
the law states. Now here's the law states, and you need to read that law real clear.
it's tough.
If it has a numismatic value and you had a gray sheet and they offered you less than 65%, you can still sue that shop. 65% of its value,
That
regardless
is
of bullion or collectible.
that is a ridiculously low amount. Now, again, we're not lawyers, so you might want to check the laws yourself, but we believe that to be the case.
And here's
So
the thing
that's the
is,
importance of shopping around.
the good part about it is the gray sheets has got some of them coins up over what they're really selling for. So you know you might want to watch that guy that's buying from you next time.
Yeah, it's offering you $550 per kilo. Might want to call the popo on them.
Need to call
Or
Popo
maybe
on.
sell
I
it
know,
to him and call the popo on him. Because then you got proof that he actually bought it for that price. You gotta catch him. And that's the thing about catching a bad dealer. He has to actually make the transaction
you got to make the
for it to be
transaction.
illegal.
What I
So
will tell you to do is when you do the deal and he buys it from you, the
uh-huh.
one thing you better not do is sign that paper. The reason why is now you agreed to that contract. Now it's meeting it of the mind, which that's a different law that crosses the law that we're talking about. So
Now,
if you sign that, then you agreed to it. Therefore, he is safe.
so the thing you want to do is if they do it and they give you that written offer, you want it to state 1 kilo silver. You don't want it to stay ounces of silver, just generified. You want it to actually say what they're buying because that kind of locks it in.
And then,
But there
then
is a law there that will protect them once you agree to it. So I don't know exactly. You might want to check with the attorney, or even if you sit there and call a place, then call the popo and say, "Hey, what can we do about this?" They may have an idea that can put a sting on that person because that is illegal. So that may be the best bet is when you get an offer like that.
yeah, not do the contract because if you sign it, you just agreed to it. That's the meaning of the mind. Therefore, it overrides the other one.
Yeah, and so
And most of these shops probably know that. That's why they
yeah,
ask you to
so if you
sign right here.
so basically this is how you would play it out. You would call them up and you'd get that quote ridiculously low, $550 for a kilo, and say, "Thank you, I might be in later." Say it like that. Say you might
Oh
be
yeah,
in. So that way
we
when
had
you do
a nice
go in,
little old lady in
they're
our shop,
expecting you.
and
And then call the popo and
she
see
had
what you
this
can do
little
about it.
bitty stack of gold. It was only 10 karat. She brought it in to us, and she said, "I've already had one
That's just
offer.
wrong.
She says, I was hoping to get a little bit more for this." Well, we weighed it up. We looked at it and said, "We'll give you $663." Her jaw dropped. She stepped back and she goes, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." I said, "We work on today's market." She says, "I'm glad I decided to get a second offer. They offered me $150 at the 24-hour place.
And
$150. I
that
would
is
tell you, I bought it because we buy at 82% to the public. We pay the
for
dealers.
jewelry.
Yeah. So that we're paying up and over that 65%. But can you imagine if I'm paying 82% to them, what they got paid down there?
That's just crazy. Shops like that, whether it's gold buyers, pawn shops, or even coin shops, they give the rest of us this super bad name, like all coin dealers going to rip you off. That's not the case. And that's why you hear people preach over and over shop around. If it's a little off, sell it with your comfort level. But if it's way off, maybe you should call somebody and have something done about it. Because if they're willing to do it to you, it's like I seen a video on YouTube, and it was like this handful of gold. And you know how big an ounce of gold is, right? And 14 karat is like 58.5% pure. This lady has offered $2,200 for a handful of gold. And if I had to guess, it was over 100 pennies of 14 karat. So that's 5 ounces of jewelry. And she was
Huge.
happy. She sold it. When they did the transaction on the video, they didn't show the weight of the product. They put it on a scale and they had it blocked out what it was weighing. And it's like, that's just wrong. Anybody watching it, I shut the video.
I think I know what video. I seen a
Yeah.
video like
It
that.
was a
Yeah.
girl buying off another girl in some type of pawn shop or something. It was ridiculous. Um, Here we go. Canada stopped making the cent in 2012, stopped distribution in 2013. How long past 2026 will the U.S. cent last? That's a great question. Mike, you want to give
Holy
it an idea?
cow!
I have an idea, but
Holy cow! On today's market, if it was that much, I would have paid her around 8,500.
okay. On the cent,
21.
Penny Scout, I think it was. I just lost it. I took it off and I
Anyway,
lost
go ahead.
Yeah, Penny Scout. On the cent, how long is it going to take the U.S. cent to disappear if they stop making them in 2026? At least 10 to 20 years because there's hundreds of millions, if not hundreds of billions. I mean, what do they make every year? Like 100 billion or something? I don't know. Some
Well,
crazy.
look how long they still haven't all disappeared in Canada yet.
We still get Canadian cents here in the U.S. from
Yeah,
Canada in
they're
change.
still
At least I
pushing.
do all the time. Every other day I'll get one. So it's going to take at least 20 years if I had to guess at it. Let's
But
go down to
guys,
some.
for you guys out there that's paying stupid money for 2025s, The pennies are going to be to 2026, not to 2025. Stop paying that stupid money.
Be careful. They are selling fake monster boxes of Eagles that are sealed. That is something you want to be careful about. That is one reason, Mike, you said you sell sealed ones. When I buy a monster box, I tell people I got to open it. I won't buy it sealed. For me, I don't have a scale big enough to actually weigh the monster box. I mean, I can test through the plastic, but not weigh the box because mine is like a 5 or 10,000 gram or something like that scale. That's my biggest scale.
I got a big enough scale to do it.
Here we go. I don't know. I'm going to put this up there anyway. 949 says, should John Adams sell me his 5-ounce silver gold gilded Trump coin from SD Bullion? So he's calling you out, John Adam. 949. Crazy Stacker. Would Silver Seeker have a case when the shop offered 50% on the kilo? They offered less than 50%. I don't know. I mean, I didn't watch the video, but there is something there. But again, we're not lawyers, right?
They offered about 25%.
Yeah. What are y'all paying for Cole Morgan dollars, Mike?
We call them.
What are you paying for them? Goals I give away on my show on Sundays.
It depends on how they look.
I don't buy them real strong. I give them away for free. But BU dollars, I'm paying right around Melt Plus, depending on how good they are. I might pay $28 or $25. What?
I pay a little more for prees. It does depend on if they're 21s or prees too.
Yeah, it makes a difference. Calls is different than circulated Morgan. A call is something that excessively wore, has a hole in it. A lot of people don't understand the difference.
Calls with holes in them. I don't accept them even.
What's that?
Some wholesalers, they're not buying calls with holes in them.
Well, what I'm saying is a lot of people call calls your average circulated Morgan, VG or whatever is common. They'll call it a call when it actually is not. So there's a big difference in the two. A call is lower than VG, right?
Yeah. It is lower than VG.
Do you know the 2025 release date for the Mexican Libertads? Isn't that late in the year, bro?
It'll be late in the year, around November.
There you go. Thank you, Ricky. Oh, here's a big question. Let's see if we can get it. When it comes to Danskos, would you recommend not using the obverse protectors so you don't accidentally get those awful slide marks? Or would you recommend not using them to hold high-end coins? I don't put high-end coins even in Danskos.
I put high-end coins in any book.
If you're going to put a coin in an album, you definitely still want to protect it. So, yeah, I would use it. But if it's high-end, like Mike said, don't use a Dansko. Put it in a single capsule or something.
Protect it.
Shep says, I've never sold silverware before jewelry. How do you get the weight for the customer when there's gemstones or sterling with the weighted base, etc.? A lot of that is experience, being in the business. Like you got those little the short candlesticks. They're what, 3/4 of an ounce of silver? Right about there?
Something like that,
yeah. So a lot of it is experience. You have to guesstimate a little bit, and sometimes if it's got like a colored stone in it, if it's not if it's resellable, you usually just throw it on.
But you got some of the little smaller candle holders, Keith, that they only weigh a half ounce, so you got to watch what you buy.
Yeah, you got to watch on those candle holders how they are. But on the jewelry, if it's a resellable piece, people just throw it on and they pay you for the weight, regardless of the stones are not that heavy. The heavy stones are like CZs; those are the heavy ones. The rest of them are a 5-carat diamond is only 1 gram. So that tells you who wouldn't buy some stones at the weight of gold. So it's really hard to say. You usually get paid extra. But usually when it's like that, you usually just, if it's resellable, you usually just pay the weight, right? You don't deduct nothing if it's a resellable piece. Or what? How do you do that?
Yeah, well, it all depends on what it is. You bring me in a Tiffany piece or something, I'm gonna pay you up and over. I mean, I buy stuff for what it is. You bring me in a nice Rolex. We can't talk gold anymore. Let's talk about the collectability of the Rolex.
So, Choking Ghost says we had a guy buy a car with fake Goldbacks.
I
Got
heard about that.
So that's why you don't do that stuff, guys. It's
He got busted, he said.
everybody thinks it's okay to get over on the next guy, but this is what happens. It will catch up with you breaking the law. So don't do it. Don't break the law when it comes to messing with money because people are weird about money. They are, I mean,
How
protective.
do you know they was fake Goldbacks?
Yeah, that's another question. How did they know? I don't know. I didn't read it. Here we go, Mrs. Coin Crew. It's not
The
against
one
the law
I
to
seen
rip people
said they
off.
bought it with Goldbacks. They weren't fake Goldbacks.
Mrs. Coin Crew says it's not against the law to rip people off, but you could get blackballed from organizations like the ANA if you are reported. It is against the law for bullion. It's in the Precious Metal and Gem Act. But yes, and that's another thing. If they are an ANA member or life member, yeah, you'll get kicked out. And then once you get kicked out, it's kind of a trickle effect. So again, I'm not a lawyer, but there's a lot of ramifications from ripping people off. What do you think about a 93S Morgan with a hole in it, bro?
Shame.
There you go. It's a shame. It's a shame. I don't even know where we're at.
Fill it up with silver and let people know it had a hole in it.
Well, the $1804, you got the plugged one, and that's worth millions. I mean, it's got to be worth something still.
Oh yeah, but if you fill it with, make sure you're using the 90% silver. Don't be an idiot and put pure
Yeah,
silver.
and call it a plugged dollar, plugged key.
That's what you call it. I actually got a seated Carson City, the 1875. Guess what I'm going to do with it? I had it graded. They graded it with a hole in it. Now I'm going to
They
crack
grade one
it.
holes.
I wanted to make 100% sure it was real. I bought it in the collection. It was in there. I told the guy, I said, listen, this coin's usually worth a lot of money. I bought it for way over silver. I gave him $500 for it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I was told if I filled it, I could probably get 5,000 out of it. So guess what I'm going to do? Crack it out of the graded holder now, and I'm going to send it to someone to do it professionally. So I'm going to put some more money in it, but I'm not going to take the chance of screwing it up.
Yeah, if you got something expensive, get it done, restored properly. Now, talking about ripping people off, some people do rip people off unintentionally, and they will make it back up to you. But if they don't make it back up to you and they did it on purpose, here is something that Kane's Coins has to say about it. He says, you only get one reputation, and people have long memories. It takes decades to build up a good reputation in this business, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
But you mess up one time and don't make it right, or you purposely rip somebody off, you're done.
I always
You
tell my
lose
kids and
connection.
everybody that you can do a million rights. It only takes one wrong to wipe them all away.
And when you do that, it gets around, then nobody wants to buy or sell you anything as a dealer. It's really hard to make it. There was a friend of ours back in the 80s. He made a lot of money. He had a coin shop in St. Louis, Missouri on Hampton there. And he made millions. He gambled it all away. Remember that? And then he started ripping people off, and then you'd see him setting up in flea markets and couldn't make no money. He gambled all his money away and started ripping people off. And that he had a great reputation, didn't he? And then he messed up when he started trying to rip people off. I don't even know if he's still alive or even still in the business.
I don't
A
know.
long time ago. That was 30 years ago. Is when he was 10 years after the big 1980 boom that he gambled
We
all
also
his
had
money.
one coin dealer who hung himself in 1982 because
Yeah.
he took a guy's collection The guy wanted him to
See
make
it?
money. He wanted him to sell it and make money. He told him what the collection was worth. He turned around and put it in the silver at $50 an ounce.
So
And the guy lost all of his money.
it was crazy. It was crazy.
So in
Now
order
his
to protect
son
his
is still in
family,
the
he tried,
business.
yeah. No, he
I
killed
see.
himself. He did it trying to protect his family, thinking the insurance would pay everything but because it was not a wrongful death, it was actually suicide. Guess what? Insurance
They didn't
company
get
didn't pay.
nothing.
Family got nothing. The other people didn't get nothing. The family lost everything.
Yeah, the shop closed after that. That was a long time ago.
So we've seen some stupid stuff in our lifetimes.
Monument Metals had a deal of random 1878 and 1904 Morgan's MS65 for 165. I received a 99.0. Have you thought about doing mystery packs for your live streams? Thrill of the hunt anticipation. Edward, we do mystery ounces occasionally. Mystery ounce silver, but not mystery collectibles like that. No. Maybe that's an idea.
I could do
What do you
something
think,
like that.
Mike?
I got tons of stuff. I could probably do something like that.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Maybe we'll put something up on our website and hey, we have a special deal we'll
There
do.
you
Because
go.
we open up our brand new website that we're almost done with.
Almost done with it.
We hooked up with Shopify and we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff. Maybe I'll do something like that.
Shopify.
Do a random of $65 or something like that and give a deal. And we just reach in the box, pull one out, and let's hopefully get lucky. Yeah, we joined up with Shopify.
Yeah, I had to look at my thing. I own that stock. I own like 10 shares or something.
Well, now you own part of me. See?
Can't afford to buy that many. Stock's expensive. Yeah, we fiddle with stocks, and I don't fiddle with the crypto. It's just no intrinsic value for me. I try to put my money a little bit better place than that. Although there's a lot of money being made on crypto billionaires out there.
I can't complain.
Mac McBottles, what a 1875 half Canadian silver quarter, half eight Canadian silver quarter. Oh, maybe that's the mint mark. I'm not really sure on this. Silver quarter go for these days. I dug one out of my detector about 10 years ago.
They put a mark on there as H's and so on and so forth. Lettering.
Yeah, I don't know what it's worth.
I wouldn't know until tomorrow I get to the shop and pull my Canadian book out.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you, my friend. But thanks for asking.
But
If
I
we
will
don't know something, we're going to tell you.
I will look it up for you, and maybe we answer that next week.
There you go. There you go, Matt. Come back next week. You might have an answer. If nothing else, he'll bring his book home if he forgets the year that he's supposed to look up.
1875 H.
You can do some research too on that. I'm sure if the mods have been talking back and forth, I'm sure somebody will have something for you at some point.
Maybe probably before the end of the show.
Okay, this is a good question from Jean Anderson. She goes, oops, wrong one. Sorry about that. Not you. Here we go. Why does eBay allow all these fake coins there? There is at least 20 Lincoln cents on there, 1931S. They can't police everything. All you can do is report them. They try. They don't want a bad reputation, but
they can do better than what they're doing.
They can do better, but they're dealing with.
I just had a poor guy come in, a month ago, was it, Shar, or something like that? A poor guy came in with 40 silver dollars, but thought he was getting a special. They were selling them for $25 a piece. He bought them, brought them into me. Everyone was fake.
If something is too good to be true, if the price is too
25
cheap,
was not too cheap, really.
Don't buy it. Don't go to eBay and buy a silver coin under melt, because I'll tell you what, and this is the truth. If it's under melt, there are so many coin dealers on there. If it's real, you ain't going to have a chance to get it. I mean, you got big companies like AppMex and everybody else on there, and smaller dealers like me and medium dealers like Mike.
I don't want
up there looking. No, but what I'm saying is there's a lot of guys like us and larger constantly on eBay looking for product for their clients. So if there's something real and they bought stuff from that person and they know it's real,
I won't
it's,
buy anything even for my clients off of eBay. There's too much fake stuff running through there right now.
my point is there's too many dealers on there to let a bullion coin go for under melt. Too many.
Well, a lot of them don't know if they're real or not the way they done them.
Yeah. Have you all heard about the 2025 Army Privy having mint mark having milk
Milk
spots?
boxes. No, I have not.
I haven't heard anything about it. Okay, he got that 1875 H Canadian quarter sidewalk tear out. It was where the concrete was. Cool, cool. It's always great to find something. Finding stuff is cool. It's fun. Mrs. Coin Crew says eBay doesn't care about fakes, but won't let you sell coins from Cuba. Yeah, you
Yeah,
figured that one out.
I figured that one out.
Yeah, you put a. I think they took that off when they lifted the Cuba embargo. I don't know for certain. So, getting back to the topic that we had for the show, silver gold price unsettling. What suggestions do you have if someone spends? Well, they shouldn't, but if they overspend on silver, overspend on gold, and they have to sell it for an unsettling, unnerving price that is much cheaper than paid. What do you have to say to those guys?
Don't sell it. Look around.
Look around and maybe next time don't spend every penny on it because it
And
is.
don't go into a shop saying, "Oh, I got to sell this. I got to sell that." If you look too eager, if it ain't a straight shop, they're going to take advantage of you. Go in, say, "Hey, look, I'm just trying to figure out what this is worth. I'm thinking about selling it. What can you tell me about it?" Find out what they'll pay for it, and then say, "Okay, well, I appreciate your help. I'm going to get a couple more prices from a couple of different shops."
Don't act like you don't know what you're talking about, but don't give too much information that where they may be able to figure out you don't know what you're talking about. So just basically, like he said, go in, put the coin down. What do you give me for this? Leave it at that. If you don't know what to say, that's going to be like proper to where you're not giving away too much information about your knowledge of it. Just ask that question. What can you give me for this coin? Do you think that'd be best? And keep a straight face. Don't act desperate.
Find out what they're going to pay. Just be real nonchalant. Don't get like he's telling you. Don't get eager like you got to sell it. Don't say that. Or walk in. I always say this: don't walk into a shop and say, "I don't know what it's worth. What will you give me for it?"
Never tell somebody you don't know what it's worth. Now, a lot of times a shop will do like I do. If they're honest, they'll do like I do. They'll go to you and then you'll have the coin. They go, "What do you want?" You go, "You're the shop. Tell me." And then they'll give you a fair price. I always like to try to get a feel of the customer. So try not to answer that question if you don't know if they're an honest dealer or not. But a lot of times they'll say, "What are you looking for?" And you just say, "Well, what are you paying?" That's a way to handle that. Is it not?
Well, at that point, then I come back as little as possible. Now, what do you want for it?
So now he's trying to make himself look like a bad dealer. He does not do that.
No, bottom line is you come in, just ask the people straight out, "What are you paying today? I know where gold is right now. What are you in parents to?" Because there is right now still a little bit back a spot they're buying gold for. But eventually that's going to come off and we'll be back to normal.
Lady Bluegrass quit buying anything on eBay, and Visterian says his army privy is flawless. So just bad luck for anyone who got some milk spots on theirs. Yeah, it's gotta make you feel bad to do that to buy something at these high premiums.
Oh, he might have just been asked this question I haven't
Well,
got
this
one.
is a weird statement. American Prospect says, "How come LCSs do cash deals and most won't? I will work out if they try to charge me sales tax." What? Okay, how come local coin shop do cash deals and most don't? Well, I don't know because I that's contradicting itself. It says
I,
LCS with two
I
cash
do
deals and
both.
most don't.
It depends on what the customer wants.
Oh, okay. I get it now. I get it now. I'm a little slow here. Okay, he's saying most won't do cash deals, but some will. Well, again, that depends on the customer. That depends on the size of the deal. Um, a lot of times it's cheaper to pay cash, is it not, than to write a check?
There is some shops that if you come in and you want to check, they will pay you less to take their check because if they got a lot of cash on hand. The problem is because it is cash based business. Just like you guys know, we're having trouble getting our cash back into the banks.
So we'll try to pay you cash. But a lot of times, if a shop, most shops, like you're saying, don't want to give you a check or don't want to give you cash, it's because they have employees and it's accountability. It's keeping inventory correct. It's harder to keep track of cash going in and out of an employee's hand than it is an employee writing a check for those said coins. It's all about accountability, I think, is the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like Atmex, for an example, and I don't mean to be talking about them right now, but they'll set up at a show, a coin show. But if you want to buy something from them, they've got a computer sitting there. You got to go to their online site. They will not sell you anything in their cases. It's accountability. They have buyers, they have sellers.
And they write anytime they buy anything at a show, they write a check. Everything's a check, no cash.
They do not give dealers cash.
There's a lot of companies like that at the shows. They
It's
strictly check.
accountability. Found an 1899 penny in the gutter at a construction site once. Cool. Choking ghost.
Got him an Indian penny.
So if I missed some of your comments, I do apologize, but I've been steady behind today. So I'm just trying to hit the questions. So I'm doing my best, and I might have missed some of them too. I do apologize. But thanks everybody for being here. How does someone get the exchange rate for a Goldback? A $1 Goldback exchange rate is over $6. You don't, Ben Stacking. It's not worth the $6 they're selling them for. That is not the exchange rate. That is the we're going to rip you off rate because it's not worth
That's
it.
what Goldback told me today on the phone.
What did they tell you?
They told me that, see, because they're trying to get me to sign up with them and be a distributor for them, that I should, if I buy it back, I should buy it back what I feel it's worth at that time to me. I just remember, as a distributor, I get to buy from them about $1.50 back from what they're saying they're worth. So they're telling me to pay you guys less than that. So how's that fair to you? How's that fair to me? Well, if I'm retailing to you, I guess it's okay, fair to me, but I don't feel right because I know eventually when you bring it back, I'm not going to pay you over what I could order it for. That's crazy. I could buy more for that. So the bottom line is, I just basically I refuse to handle. So what they told me today was that they would not sell me any gold back dollars for Oklahoma until I sign up with them.
That's messed
On
up.
that note, I'm done.
They don't want his money, I guess. Here we go. J Dog says, what do you suggest when you have a silver gold collection, coin collection, that you want to take to a coin shop for the first time visit? Call them and ask if they're interested or just take it there. So what do you suggest if you're interested in selling or getting your coins looked at, Mike? First time you go into a coin shop, do you suggest making an appointment or?
I suggest, we got time. We will look at it right then and there. But a lot of times I say, if you could give me a heads up, I'll make time for you and make sure we get it done. Because if you come in, just walk in, then there's going to be occasions where I'll say, all right, sit here a minute. I'll step out of the office, take care of another customer because that was kind of set up already. So it's best to make an appointment, really.
Yeah, it's always best because that way you don't have to sit there for half an hour, an hour. We'll have somebody sitting there more or less not waiting on you, but available for you at the time you have scheduled. I missed part of the show. Any prediction on $40 silver? We did not predict any price on silver, William. But I can tell you this about.
But it sounds like you did.
I can tell you this about $40 silver. silver. It'll get there someday. That's I mean, it's too hard to predict it. I mean,
It's
I called
somewhere
it
over the
38 as
rainbow. That's what I'm going to say.
what?
It's somewhere over the rainbow.
I called 38 to be a low last week, and I'll be
And you're
darned what
wrong.
happened. 36.50, and I'm
And
sorry.
now it's at 37.72.
Yeah, gold is
And
silver's
gold at
37.72. Gold is what?
33.81.90.
So that puts you at an 89.62 GSR ratio. So yeah,
Back
it's
up.
hard to predict.
Silver ratio and gold ratio changing again.
We can kind of guess. It is unsettling for that price to go up, that price to go down. You have to sell at a loss. But every once in a while, you might get lucky and buy the dip. Be cautious when you buy and only use extra money to buy if you're trying to play short term. But my recommendation, don't try short term. Try for long term. You'll be better off. And long term, in my opinion, is what, 5 to 10 years for silver or gold,
Mm-hmm.
unless it's 2024. Did you end up selling those graded war nickels you showed at the last auction? Those were beautiful. I think I did.
I got a bunch of them.
You got some yourself?
I do got a bunch of them.
Great. Yeah, he's got some.
I
If you're
will have
talking,
them at the Muskogee show this weekend. If anybody's around Muskogee, Oklahoma, there is a coin show there. First one they've had in a long time. The Muskogee Coin Club, I believe, is putting it on.
Wendy says, y'all slacking. There's 75 likes and 111 viewers. Look, Keith and Mike.
I got my like in there.
114 and 77 is what I see. But hey, if y'all don't want to push it, I get it. I mean, some people don't like pushing the like button. But you know, you don't get bothered with a whole lot of videos from me.
Listen,
It's,
guys, I can see tears coming in his eyes, so I got some Yankees for him.
here, throw them here. Throw them here. Throw them here. I'll catch them. Oh, I caught him. And I even changed the color of the box.
There you go. That's because it was traveling through the air.
Yeah, it was through the electronic transfer system. It kind of blew it up, right?
That's right. Turned it blue.
Hello, MJD. How are you, my friend? Penny Scout says 3-minute warning. So yeah. And Wendy says, I need some tissues for my issues. Guys, it has been an exciting night. A lot of you here.
I'll send you some too.
William says, I always hit like, or wait a minute, right here. Where did I see it? There it is, William. The chat started moving on me. I always hit the like button. Got my like in. And Mustang Dave says, Keith buys the case. All righty then.
Guys, we really appreciate everybody coming. Thank you for coming and everything. We had a great evening this evening. I'm glad I was back. Sorry about missing last week, but I'd probably been out of it anyway. They had me so messed up.
Yeah, we didn't. If we didn't get to all your topics you wanted to discuss, we do apologize for that. But leave a comment, and we'll try to answer it or take up the topic next week if we don't answer it in the comments. It helps guide the show. All your comments help guide the show.
And if you guys got any comments off what we're talking about, that's fine. Just ask them, and we'll try to answer them.
Now, to get off the coin topic, to get off the silver and gold topic, let's close it out and talk about something that's really important.
The Muskogee Coin Club.
No, nothing about coins whatsoever. Let's talk about Mike.
Muskogee Coin Show.
Let's talk about Mike. How are you doing? You had a medical condition. Do you want to talk about it?
Oh, yeah, I just had foot surgery. Got a nice little scar on the back of my heel, toward the tibialis, I think they call it. Had a big bone spur and a little bit of calcium buildup around my ankles. They got all that done. Tomorrow I go in and have the stitches removed. It's been less than 2 weeks since I had surgery, but when they looked at it last week on Tuesday, they couldn't believe how remarkable I got the swelling down and how I was staying off my feet. Last week I was kind of on the pain pills pretty heavy, so I probably would have been a zombie sitting here. So I apologize for missing, but this week I'm feeling great. I've cut myself way back on the pain pills. Not completely off them yet, but I'm almost there. And I will be back next week too.
So you didn't take a pain pill before we started tonight, right? Is that
No, I did not.
so? Let's ask a very important question of you. On a scale from 1 to 10, it's been a week and a half almost since your surgery. On a scale from 1 to 10, how is your pain at this very moment?
Do we have a
10
20?
being it hurts the worst.
Do we have a
What?
20 in there? No, I'm probably around a 3 or 4 right now.
So that's good. That means you're getting better. If you're less than half of the pain you normally have without it.
Yeah. After this show, yes, I will be taking one because in about another hour, hour and a half, I'll be going to bed and it'll put me out.
All right, guys. Again, I thank you, everybody. It looks like Scott Kahala, Sorcerer Stan, Mudswat, Jack Morton, Amy Harrell, John Jacobs, and all these other wonderful people. Thank you for coming. I was just reading some names at the bottom. And I do apologize if I missed your comments. Leave a comment if you want us to talk about something next week or if you need an answer to something. We will be more than happy. When the show's over, just write down there in the comment section of the video. Leave it. We'll answer it.
And for all you Okies, come and see me at the show this weekend. I'll be in Muskogee, Oklahoma.
Muskogee. And what days is that?
That'll be Friday and Saturday. It's a 2-day show.
There you go. Friday and Saturday. Muskogee, Illinois, Oklahoma. Why am I thinking Illinois? Is there a Muskogee, Illinois?
I don't know, but usually Muskogee in almost every state, so it's just like Springfield.
Could be, yeah.
But
So
anyway,
good night,
guys,
all.
we'll be there. As soon as you walk in the door, look to your right, and guess what? You'll see this guy in a scooter wheeling around with his cast on, just flying around the room.
Do you have? Can we see the scooter handle there real quick? Do you have it close to you? Can you reach it?
Not the one I'll be on, but I got the one that I use.
Let's
around the house. Yeah,
don't lift it up. Just kind of tilt your camera or something. It's probably easier. Yeah, there it is. He's got. Oh, look at that! He lifted it up. He puts it. He props his leg up on that.
I put my knee on there and around the room I go.
Yeah, around the room it goes. So, guys,
I got an electric scooter that I use around the shows and stuff that I set on. It just rolls me all around. It does 6.9 miles per hour. Guess what? I get around that room faster than most people can walk.
now I'm not saying this just because he's my brother or anything, but I'm glad he's doing a lot better. I mean, medical procedures are, they're dangerous. So
I hate going under, guys. I'll tell you that. Every time I go under, I get scared.
So we will see you guys next Tuesday night here, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Sunday Funday auction. Floyd Friday. Maybe we'll give a little bit more tour of the shop. We're changing some showcases around so you guys have shown positive towards that. So on them Floyd videos, you'll get some tours of the shop for people that want to buy some stuff out of it. So anyway, we'll see you later next week.